But I've got to ask you first about your teammates' performance there.
Yeah, I'm proud of them. That's nerve-wracking, getting up in front of a bunch of people and having to hit a golf club. Obviously, we're basketball players, so we're not very good at this, but they make this event fun, so it's fun to have them out here.
And what has it been like for you today?
LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one.
All right, so Caitlin Clark recently closed this deal, and to be honest, it's crazy. You won't believe what happened, and it's generating a lot of conversation. This news has really rocked the WNBA, and social media is going crazy. This entire situation demonstrates how a huge victory for one person can cause a major difficulty for another. Everything in the league is altered by this. The LPGA Tour recently recruited Caitlin Clark, who is currently practically the queen of endorsements, to a major deal. Here, we're not discussing a minor collaboration. No, this is a multi-million-dollar deal. It all comes down to her talent, image, and amazing star power. And the internet simply blew up the moment it hit. You can't even make this stuff up, to be honest. This is all about her on her own.
Making the turn in this Wednesday Pro-Am, here is Caitlin at the 10th.
And here's the problem. Jamie was genuinely discussing the whole thing.
Looks like she was able to put into work a little bit of what
Fans are currently adoring Clark's achievements. I'm totally supporting her. Here's the problem, though. Many prominent WNBA players are not pleased with it. Let's discuss A'ja Wilson. Although she didn't specifically name anyone, her message was very evident. So you can make money playing golf, even if you miss shots, was essentially what she stated. Pure gold, that line. Everyone understood exactly who she was referring to. Naturally, it is causing a lot of discussion on all sports websites.
that right-handed touch through the ball.
Take a moment to consider that. For half of the league, the mere mention of Caitlin Clark's name acts as a trigger. Really, some individuals are completely driven insane by everything she does, every transaction, and every post. And the drama has reached a completely new level because to this LPGA alliance. Clearly, Clark is the league's marketing goldmine. However, it's making other big actors feel like supporting cast members. A.A. Wilson has won numerous titles and 2 MVP honors, after all. However, when it comes to endorsements, you seldom ever hear her name mentioned alongside Clark's. This is the reason this tale went viral. The old guard and the rising star power are at odds. Clark is also the media's new, shiny toy. Wilson, the player who dominated long before all of these cameras appeared, is a symbol of the grind.
Previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
Caitlin Clark's so good, she's got me following golf. And thanks to her, I now know who Nelly Korda is. And if there's one thing we can count on with Clark, it's that she's going to draw a crowd.
When the LPGA agreement fell through, A.A. Wilson's comment wasn't merely a casual jab. That was a battle cry, not that. You can't really blame her, to be honest. The timing was just awful. She's finishing up a fantastic season, yet she only receives a small portion of the attention Clark receives simply for being alive. The media is primarily interested in Clark's Instagram narrative, which is similar to winning a championship. That is simply the hard truth of contemporary athletics. Even if it is completely awful, your expertise is no longer the only factor. It all depends on who is observing you. Additionally, Caitlin Clark receives more attention than anyone else. They looked for sponsors, large companies with marketing funds, and even the LPGA. They want someone who can sell tickets, move merchandise, and maintain a lively online presence. A'ja Wilson simply hasn't been that person despite all of her incredible skills. She isn't as well known as Clark, but she is nonetheless respected. And some of these warriors are going completely crazy over Caitlin Clark's storytelling skills. This 2-year LPGA contract alone is reportedly valued between $6 and $8 million. Clark is currently a dominant force in dual sport marketing. The obvious connection between golf and basketball. From Las Vegas, you can almost hear A'ja gritting her teeth. She has previously been eclipsed by Clark. Do you recall those WNBA finals? Despite the Aces' victory, Clark was the talk of the town that day. Additionally, such behavior only fosters hostility rather than respect. Additionally, fans are exacerbating the situation. Using her success to disparage other players, Clark's followers refer to her as the real face of the league. These remarks are nothing more than fuel for an ego conflict, even if they are accurate in terms of statistics. When A'ja saw that LPGA announcement, she finally lost her cool enough to make a powerful remark. "I'm the MVP and I'm tired of being treated like a supporting character," is presumably what she's thinking. Here's the funny part, though. Never once has Caitlin Clark responded with a clap. She doesn't even tweet about the drama or recognize it. And that's precisely why she is so adored by brands. She is a public relations dream. Some players, meanwhile, lose sponsors after becoming embroiled in Twitter feuds. Clark simply continues to sign contracts without saying anything. And that silence hurts more than any trash talk ever could. She has an opportunity to win another ring. However, you know what? The media will likely continue to focus more on Clark when he hits a golf ball. That is the current crazy disparity in marketing power. It's accurate. However, it seems like even golf fanatics are thrilled about Clark's potential to become a well-known LPGA player. Some WNBA fans, on the other hand, are simply rolling their eyes and pointing out that she's everywhere but the playoffs. The league is aware that this division is expanding, and this is where things become even more intriguing. There was more to this LPGA arrangement than meets the eye. No, it was assembled over several months. According to rumors, Clark was the ideal face for Nike's athlete crossover image. She is the talk of the town. Views, clicks, and item sales all increase for any league that collaborates with her. From a business perspective, it's excellent. However, it's complete anarchy for the WNBA. A'ja Wilson's annoyance truly reflects the feelings of many players. Clark's enormous popularity isn't helping everyone equally. Although the WNBA appears to be benefiting from the Caitlin Clark effect, it looks that just a small number of people are truly benefiting. The others are still merely awaiting the arrival of their tide. Additionally, some players feel totally left behind now that she's extending her influence outside of basketball. Even though Clark is signing Dale for millions of dollars outside of her sport, they are still fighting about meager bonuses. This kind of interaction makes interviews and locker rooms tense. Fans are undoubtedly observing the players' lack of excitement as they begin to feel like props in the Caitlin show. Fans instantly accused A'ja of being ungrateful and jealous when her remark went viral. She was even likened by some to those who first criticized Tiger Woods. Oh no, that was a painful analogy. A'ja attempted to retract her statement, claiming that she was joking. However, the internet has already reached a decision. You are aware of how social media functions. It becomes a circuit if individuals begin to take sides. Numerous responses both commend Clark and serve as a reminder that A'ja Wilson is among the finest of all time. However, this is the truth. It's possible for both to be true. A'ja Wilson may still feel completely underappreciated even if Caitlin Clark is currently the most marketable athlete. How the league maintains that equilibrium is the true problem. The WNBA boasts about its expansion, but rather than honoring its players, it allows them to fight because conflict attracts attention. The WNBA could definitely make this a marketing success if they had a strong PR team. Imagine it. Two amazing sportsmen that are dominating their respective sports. Rather, it's just another argument between Caitlyn and Ozza on social media. Sponsors are undoubtedly keeping an eye on things. Happy united faces are what brands want, not a messy headline. However, they are also aware that their goods sells out anytime Clark makes news. Guess who wins, then? Caitlyn. Here's another twist for you. This collaboration may be the beginning of something even greater, according to those close to the LPGA. In fact, they want to start a joint exhibition event that will highlight this cross-sport sisterhood and raise money for charitable causes. However, this may either be the most inspirational event ever or a very stressful catastrophe, depending on how things turn out. Can you even picture Ozza Wilson attempting to grin while Clark teases Nelly Korda? That is prime content. To be honest though, this is nothing new. This type of envy has always existed. When LeBron became the NBA's face, older stars weren't exactly overjoyed. When Serena dominated tennis endorsements, did others roll their eyes? The cycle never changes. Money comes from success. Money makes you visible. Envy is also frequently brought on by visibility. The most recent athlete caught in that emotional crossfire is Ozza. And now for the truly depressing part. She doesn't even understand how much she's demonstrating Clark's value each time she reacts. Someone grows larger the more you talk about them. It's similar to the Strand effect in terms of sports celebrity. Someone simply becomes much more significant if you gripe about them enough. Caitlyn Clark hasn't uttered a word in the interim. No interviews, no clapbacks, just regular business. She's probably somewhere signing her next deal and laughing with her agent as the internet is rooting for her. In all honesty, that could be the most intelligent. While everyone else is fighting, she is piling checks from tech, fashion, basketball,